ready? Are you ready? For the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble! Time to play the game! It's all about the game, and how you play it, all about control. And if you can take it, all about your debt. And if you can pay it, it's all about pay. And who's gonna make it? I am the game, you don't wanna play me. I am control, no way you can shake me. I am heavy debt, no way you can pay me. I am the pain, and I know you can't take me. Look over your shoulder, ready to run like a Cleveland bitch from a smoking gun. I am the game, and I make the rules. So move on out, you can die like a fool. Try to figure out what my move's gonna be. Come on over, sucker, why don't you ask me? Don't you forget there's a price you can pay. Cause I am the game and I want to play.
Hello, everyone. Happy Wednesday night. Welcome to Arcades Anonymous. And just want to thank everybody for coming in tonight as we get together and talk like we always do. Let me bring in all the co-hosts that we've got here. We've got Phil, Brian Chaotic, G.I. Joel, the bad guy in the house, and Matt Multicade, buddy. What is going on, everybody?
What's up, Todd?
What's
up, everybody?
Too quiet. Come on. It's Wednesday night. Come on.
I have internet.
You have internet. He's here. He's here. He's alive.
I'm back.
I have X-Men.
There.
Yes, yeah, kind of.
That's even better, right?
Somebody bought X-Men.
I got half an X-Men.
Yeah,
Like, we're not
Half
allowed
of
to
X-Men.
I know. I can't wait.
Yeah.
And of course, all weekends that we got a fourth player, I won't be able to play.
It give me time to at least get it on a table or something.
Something, yeah.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Well, guys, it's been a fantastic week. I hope y'all all have a fantastic weekend and week. I know me, Matt, and Joel had a great show last night. Chaotic, we missed you, but we're glad you're back with us tonight, buddy.
Yep.
Me too.
Not the same.
Phil, how was your week, man? You've been rocking some videos, right?
Yeah, just staying busy. Got that marquee from Sables. Put that on yesterday. We got the review in this morning, so
It is
it's looking
dope.
pretty good.
Yeah, awesome. What about you, Mike? You've been pretty busy too. You had a pre-show tonight. That was pretty awesome.
Yeah, there was a little bit. It was a little bit chaotic, like usual.
Well,
Yeah,
you know,
Again.
What? That's okay. Yeah, I mean, having one kid playing with toys is something. Joel had two of them, and I can only imagine that trying to wrangle two of them. I will say my original Ecto one got sent to the floor probably about 3 or 4 times, and we did have a casualty. A piece did break on it. Yeah, it was the. Luckily, it was the top chair. I don't know if you guys remember the one that swivels around that used to sit them in. Somehow it snapped in half, and I have yet to be able to find the other half. So I'll have to get on eBay and spend $40 to get the replacement chair. You know. But it was okay. The Ghostbusters setup is. He didn't want me to put it away, so like I said, I feel like we'll be playing Ghostbusters for a while.
awesome.
He was pretty
Not a
good
bad
at it.
thing. Yeah, he was. I didn't realize he wasn't going to pay attention to you or anybody else. He was just so focused on the Ghostbusters, but that's all right.
Lucky's got to give a shout out to Carl. She sees him in the chat, so she just showed up.
Yeah, there he is.
Hi, everybody.
Lucky has made an appearance.
Lucky.
Timestamp for that right there.
There you go.
Good to
that's
see
worth
Lucky. Well, guys, it has been crazy with some of the things that have come out the last couple of days, and I think it'd be great to talk about it. Want to thank everybody in the chat. I know Andy's game room is here. The Real Zim's in the house. Carl O's been here since Stock Jock's been. Michael Dean is in the house. So thank y'all for joining. Really enjoy y'all guys coming and checking us out tonight. So
Thanks for the sub, Michael Dean. I just I got a sub from Michael Dean.
That's good.
Nice.
He's my oldest brother.
Nice.
Good.
Awesome.
I kind of figured there might be some sort of a relation.
Yes, sir.
I don't know if I ever told you. My middle name's Dean.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And so is
I'm not saying my middle
JoJo's.
name. So.
So it's not it's unique.
There
You
you go.
don't hear Dean too often. So
Not for a middle name. No.
Well, guys, on Sunday while we were doing the gameplay that we normally do, this kind of broke in the news. I'm going to share my screen here. So yeah, this came out while we were playing games. I guess it was on the app. It came out with 3 classic arcade machines. And I know while we were in chat, I was looking at it and letting you guys know about it while we were playing games. So I kind of want to get your thought on this and what, we'll dive a little deeper into it. But Phil, what's your thoughts on this, man? Why would they go with a classic? Why would this be on their radar, honestly?
I was thinking about this literally about 45 minutes ago. And, Walmart said they would continue to get those riserless cabinets. And if these are the closest thing to a deluxe, but without the riser, 2 things. $379 is way too high for these.
Mm-hmm.
$299 maybe.
Yeah,
Maybe
$299.
Maybe, Matt. And they have to be in stores. We have to physically see these things on the shelf, or they're not going to sell.
Yeah. Chaotic, what do you? Go ahead. I'm sorry, Phil.
Sorry. Other than that, for $299, people. Joel, you got Yoga Flame for $299, right? You got the online play on there. It's worth the money. Yeah, you got to worry about the riser, but if they're at the store, you're going to be persuaded to pick these up, and you're going to get younger people, interested in this.
Yeah. What do you
I
think?
tell you
Chaotic?
what, as somebody who's making the best looking aftermarket risers out there, I love
about
this
that.
idea. I love this idea.
You just became highly in demand.
In the money, he's in the money. Oh, Chaotic, what do you think about these, man? What's your take on these?
Boo.
Boo, just a straight out boo.
Oh,
Thumbs
man.
down.
Look, it's good for like new people getting into the hobby, especially if it's out in stores where you can physically touch it.
Mhm.
It's great for getting new people in the hobby. Everybody else, come on, man. That's not what anybody wants. But they're into the market for expanding, right?
Yeah.
Try to expand it to as many people as they can as possible. This is not for us. So really, I don't really need to even react to this other than boo.
Matt,
Yeah,
what do you think
$299 or no, it was $200 for the Yoga Flame is what we got those for, and we got coin doors with them. So
Yeah.
Get it for $199.
Yeah.
Yep, it was $200.
Wow.
Yeah, that
Matt.
goes back. Yeah, this is to me they're going backwards. Like this is worse. Mainly the front, the kick panel. This is worse than the sticker, faux coin door thing.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of a bunch of logos in the front. Like we get it, and so yeah, I understand a riserless cab, but it should be $200 all day long. So yeah, no.
Yeah, you're not getting much more there than you are getting from a partycade,
Correct.
a wallcade.
Yeah.
So
My-
a little bit more MDF wood, but that's not that expensive,
I wonder why they didn't go with the coin door. I don't get that part of it.
Yeah, for $379 especially, because I understand why they did these things, just to keep Walmart supplied. And like you said, they better be on shelf items. Don't have these be online only.
Yeah.
But for
You don't see
$379, that's crazy.
You see how much those coin doors are on eBay? They're like
Well,
$100
yeah.
price.
A piece.
I know.
Uh-huh.
They shouldn't be.
$15 to
That's
make,
what people
but,
are
you know.
charging for them. Yeah.
Yeah, they are. So, I mean, are these things? Do they have light up marquees? Do we know that?
I don't think they do.
I
Now,
doubt
these
it.
are wow.
I don't
these are
think
the
that,
total peasants all over again, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
but they
these
do
are-
have. They are online capable though.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
they
mean,
should
you're
be.
getting
That's the only
you're getting
feature
that,
you're
which is
getting.
nice. I mean, you're getting the online feature, but
But you're not getting the coin door. You're not getting the marquee.
yeah,
You're not getting the tall cabinet.
Yeah.
Yeah, $379 seems just outrageous, really.
That's
Yeah.
even $299 outrageous. I mean,
Actually, now that I think about it, yes.
everybody.
Yep.
I can just see them starting at $299, just to start with something. But yeah, they got to come down.
Yeah, and it's not the deluxe style either. So like the screen on the Pac-Mans are not lowered down.
No,
It should be
they're-
either. It's
Right.
the old school style.
What
I think
did they
it's
say
very-
the price point is starting on these? Did they?
$379 seems to be the prediction. I don't know if they've said it anywhere, for cold fact, but $379 is seemingly where they're going to be.
Oh God, I hope not.
Joel, you have anything to add?
Like I said, I love the idea of no risers.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
at $379, they're not even worth like picking up to mod.
Well,
do
that's-
anything like that.
that's
That's
what I-
pretty high for.
Yeah.
No, especially
shell.
like, yeah,
I mean, that's what I
no
was fixing to
riser.
say.
Because I
you know?
mean, unless you're RGT 85, everybody is going to need a riser, right? So
Yep.
I think
you
Carl
still have to
brought-
put money into that, and they're hard to find for less than $100 right now.
Carl
You
did
need to
make a
ramp
good
up
question.
production of making those risers and stuff because people are scalping those like crazy.
Yep.
Yeah.
I really think, obviously we all know that this was for people that were getting in the hobby, but, if they could just get it to a reasonable price, I think a lot of people would buy these just to mod them.
Right.
But they're just nowhere near where people would want to pay for these. And I wonder if, this is really going to replace, hopefully it's obviously their legacy line is what really, they said that, green tree or thing that they were going to have constantly. And clearly this is
Evergreen.
Evergreen. There you go. Thank you. Thank you, Kat.
Definitely green. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely green at something. So
Other
There's a
than
tree.
the Mortal Kombat 2, the Pac-Man and the Ms. Pac-Man don't look anything different than what we have now in
No.
the riser list.
The other
It is
Pac-Man looks like. I
Pac-Man
mean, that's
black.
like the Gen 1 model, isn't it? Is that the old shark fin?
It's a little
Kinda
Or is
looks
it
like it.
slightly different? Yeah.
That's how the
Slightly.
deluxe will have that curve to them.
Yeah.
Ms. Pac-Man might be black, but
Yeah.
that's Pac-Man doesn't look any different. Except
No.
it comes with the coin door now, right? Is there a coin door on the riser list?
I think it was a sticker.
It was
It
a
was a
sticker.
sticker.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if you scan in, if you zoom in, I mean, the games list is pretty equal to the Pac-Man and the Mrs. Pac-Man, aside from having Miss Pac-Man on the Miss Pac-Man. But I mean, really, not bad games. It's just odd that they went this route, especially
And there's
doing
nothing
riser
on those
lists.
that are live online, are there?
No.
Do they have,
They-
or do
these
they have
should
these
all
on
be-
leaderboards or something, or what?
Yeah, I think it's just going to be what your leaderboards. Yeah, I don't think that they're going to have any kind of interactive play.
Well, Mortal Kombat 2 will.
Okay.
It has to. It
Yeah,
has to.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if everybody wanted one of these, they would have already gotten something like this a long time ago.
Yep. This
So
had to have been a request of Walmart just to fulfill an order.
it must have been, but I mean, and I'm not a hater of the games on the front panel like that. I know some of my co-hosts are, but I'm not a hater. But this, you've already shown us that you can put corn doors on this, and
Mhm.
now you're giving us this. You couldn't even have done the sticker. I think I would have been happier with the sticker over the actual game list because, like
Yes, sir.
Keith said,
I mean,
we're in a time loop.
I can get some of that. What I can't get though is, I mean, it depends on what those how they did these marquees on this one. But I was quite disappointed with the peasant model of the Yoga Flame of not putting a marquee light in it when it already is a plexiglass marquee, and all you have to do is shine a light through the back of it, and you have a lit marquee. It's like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I
you're
wonder if
not-
they design those like that. Or
That's
if this
like
is going to be wood, like
$2
their
or
old
$3,
wood
you know,
marquees.
for LEDs that they could
Yeah.
put in, and you don't even like that was just that's kind of almost feels like a slap in the face, you know. That's not reducing cost very much at all if that's the case. I could understand if they're putting a wood plaque on there that can't be lit or whatever to make it cheaper, but when all you got to do is throw like a $3 or $4 LED behind there and light it, I mean, why not just sell that as, you know, your Econo line one, and it's a bonus, you know, it comes with a lit marquee. You could still change the same price for it. It's not going to hurt your bottom line there to have that light.
It's like somebody was having a list and they were counting every penny that goes into this thing, and they said, you know what, we got to take the corn door out, we got to take the marquee out, you know, no riser, we're going to put the decal on the front and, you know, make it look decent, you know, to save 10 pennies. You know, that, to me, it just
those coin doors, they're pretty nice. They're injection molded, you know, and they're a couple different pieces coming together into one and stuff. So there's a little bit more cost there. I can understand, you know, how.
But if you order 10,000 of them, Joel, if you order 10,000 of them, how much would they be per coin door? I mean, you're ordering
still
a whole
at
container,
a couple bucks, you know, a piece. I'm sure.
Right,
Is
but
what the parts are, but
we're talking about you know selling this for $379, and you can't give us more of what we want. So I don't know. Honestly,
you get Killer Instinct for $150. I mean, you're not lighting up a marquee.
with a stool.
With a stool. They couldn't even make these with the little tiny stools, right? They had to, you know, leave them alone. It was just very disappointing. You know, we were hoping for more cab releases and whatnot, and we'll move on to the next one. I thought it was very interesting to see the Buck Hunter. What was your guys' thought on the Buck Hunter?
Matt.
Oh, me. Just 17 inches. It's like, why? I was like, I mean, if you want to save some money, buy a used Buck Hunter off of, you know, Facebook Marketplace, and you're still going to have a 17-inch screen in the same game. So, yeah.
I don't know. It seemed kind of weird that they chose to. I mean, I'm glad they gave us the deluxe, but at the same time, I'm just confused why we would still get just a 17-inch monitor. We know that a 19 can fit in there. They can mod it to make it work, or adjust their manufacturing just a little bit to make it work. So I'm just confused by why they did that.
And what's the price on this? Is it $599?
I believe so. Yeah, I'm trying to see if I can find a good picture.
Yeah, I think it's $599.
You know,
if I recall, I thought I read somewhere that, you know, Big Buck Hunter was one of the highest grossing arcade games of all time, though. Yeah, just as far as popularity and stuff.
Every bar
time
in
and
the
stuff
United
like
States
that.
had one.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of one of those things that you don't realize until you think about it, like Subway, you know, how we're all of a sudden we got like 3 or 4 Subways in every town. Where did that happen? You know, that Subways outnumber McDonald's, you know, by a ton, but it kind of came out of nowhere. Same thing with the Big Buck Hunter.
But are they as good as McDonald's, though, Joel?
They used to be when they were, you know, $5 footlongs, but now they're what, $20?
So, you know, we got the riserless design. You know, we've got the coin door, which I think a lot of people were going to be happy about to see the coin door on this one. Obviously, not a light-up marquee, which I think is disappointing as well. I know that's a very big challenge because of the marquee design, but they could have given us something, plexi or something, to make it kind of work.
And when you think about it, this is your Pac-Man of shooting games, of light gun games, really. I mean, next to like Duck Hunt. I mean, but they can't get Duck Hunt, you know, because of Nintendo, I'm sure. But
yeah,
I mean, anything else, you know, is going to be a obscure, rare title to most common people who aren't like super arcade enthusiasts. You know, House of the Dead and different things like that. You know, even T2 is kind of a rare, not well known type thing, but it has some nostalgia just because it comes from Terminator, you know.
Yeah.
So people know it. But I think this is kind of your Pac-Man of shooter games.
Yeah.
Is anybody on the panel planning on getting this? Anybody that didn't get the first run of it? I love my big buck. My daughter loves playing it, but I don't know if I would upgrade just to have a riserless design.
Yeah, is that the only benefit from upgrading? Would it literally be just that, just no riser? I mean,
Yeah.
I don't even know if they put a lit marquee on them.
that's what we're
Screen's
saying.
gotta
I
be
don't know.
higher.
They did.
I mean, it looks cool. It is a pretty sharp looking cabinet without the riser and the coin door, but how could you justify, Todd, paying $600 for something just because it doesn't have a riser,
Because it matches those other deluxe.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
what
right.
we're
Is
trying
it,
to feed in our heads right now.
Not to mention, I mean, it's tough to tell from that picture, but I mean, it's riserless, but it still kind of looks like it's
Yeah.
sitting on a riser
Yeah,
with that
right.
art.
Mhm.
It's
The way the artwork is
it doesn't
different.
flow really. It looks like it's sitting on a box.
Yeah.
If Retro 530 can do a light up marquee, why can't they have one on this? Like, what's the big deal here?
No, they absolutely should. Yeah, for
Cost?
$600, right? I mean, if it had a 19-inch monitor in it, I think people would consider upgrading that.
100%.
They really would.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Especially with that particular machine, that's one of the biggest complaints everybody has is
It's
that
just
that
too
screen is
small.
just way too small.
Toxin's done how many videos now where he's put 20-inch monitors in his arcade when I was like, we can do that. It's just the marquee has to be lit.
Yeah, right. That's like a number one feature of any arcade machine. That's the thing that you notice.
Right.
If you're gonna have a coin door on it, you better have a lit marquee.
Right.
Right.
Exactly.
I mean, I'll take the lit marquee over the coin door at this. I mean, those going back to those classic versions, those should have light up marquees. I mean, it's just ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
I do want to bring up something. We talked. Phil, you brought up the point that they're wanting us to buy these new cabs to make the rest of them all match. Ones that have the risers, ones that don't have the risers. We're trying to make them all look. Do you really want to spend all that money just to make it look that way, or is that just me? Like I don't see me spending more money just to get riserless design when I already have tons of risers in my arcade.
I think it's for people who haven't bought the first Big Buck Hunter. So if I was interested, I didn't buy the first one. You bought the first one.
Yeah.
They're trying to get people like me to, okay, you know what, the average person that has no idea that Time Crisis is coming out is looking at this like, okay, it's another shooting cab. I could put this with Terminator 2. The screen's higher. This one looks a lot better. I want to get this. And then Time Crisis 2 comes out in 2 months, and then what do you do?
Yeah. Yeah.
There's people that are every day just discovering, Arcade 1-Up and home arcades and stuff for the first time just now. So, they're constantly improving the products, which is good, so that, you're not having to buy the same problematic machines and stuff for things that people had issues with. It's good that they're listening and improving. It's kind of unfortunate for people who have been around and have seen them and, see the prices too and know how much they can sell for or should sell for.
What they used to cost.
Yeah.
So Matt, obviously you're not buying this, right? You're
No.
Well, the guy that's got every like on.
He's working on a House of the Dead cab right now.
Yeah, it's almost done.
Yeah, I don't see. Maybe you're right. Maybe another run of this will go. I thought they were still available in some places. Some retailers still had them, but maybe I was wrong.
I think
No,
Kohl's would be
I
a
think you're
great
right.
place to have this cabinet for sale.
Yeah.
That's just like a perfect store for the Big Buck Hunter. What do you think about that, Chaotic? Do you have Kohl's in Georgia?
Yeah.
Those areas, they'd just be perfect. Like Kohl's is one of those stores where this could work.
Like a Dunham's or a Dick's Sporting Goods.
Or actually, even better, like a Bass Pro Shop or Cabela's. Like,
there you go.
Right there where they have like camouflage sheets and like blankets. Like who has a camouflage lazy boy?
Hey.
Yeah.
I do.
These were in what is it? God, I can't even think. God, I can't think. There was in a retailer locally that had them. That was a sporting
Yes, sir.
goods store. So, I mean, it definitely fit the
No.
theme for sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
But that's a good point too that I completely forgot about too that you mentioned there, Todd. Was some of these re-releases and stuff. That's the other problem I have with them, like the NBA Jam and stuff. Is I don't see them as a re-release if you still haven't sold out of your original stock. You know,
Mhm.
if you can still go to Best Buys and stuff like that and pick up the original runs of them. Why it's not time to be rolling these out yet? You know, and then you're running into conflicts of pricing them and stuff. Especially if you're rolling these out for cheaper than what people could buy some of these other ones for, and you're having all this, clearance them out, get rid of them or something. Yeah, NBA Jams, it's not. There's no excitement and enthusiasm for them because people could go get them up until the day that you announced that you're launching this one. So there was no like anticipation wait as there was for the Star Wars cab where
Yes,
like
sir.
people were
People
just
wanting
wanting
it.
more of those. They've been sold out for forever.
Mhm.
People were paying double the price on eBay and Facebook Marketplace to get their hands on one when they wanted them. And so when they announced that they were re-releasing them, that was like people were like, yeah, they're excited. That's when you do a re-release, is
Yes, sir.
not
Now
when
there's
you can
a
go
sale.
buy them on shelf.
Yeah, or if you change something or you improve it in a way that you're getting a better experience than you did on the original.
Yeah.
Which they didn't do on NBA Jam or Buck Hunter.
Yeah.
There's a
So-
sale on Star Wars today on Wayfair.
Really?
Yeah, it's around like $5.50. Came down about $40-$50.
Wow.
That's
I'm
free
surprised
shipping.
they're still in stock. Like you would have thought that Star Wars 23 would be completely sold out.
Yes, sir.
What about you, Chaotic? I don't think you had this in your arcade, do you?
I do not. I don't have any nostalgia for this whatsoever. I mean, I've played it at a real arcade before.
Mm-hmm.
It's cool and everything, but it's not really my style.
Yeah.
The cabinet design looks beautiful, but you got the same 4 games on there.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little bit taller.
I think so. I think
And
they were
like 67 inches now.
Yeah, they made it a few inches taller, obviously.
Because that was a lot of people's complaints with the first one. It was too short, right?
Yeah.
You had to like put it on riser to make it even like enjoyable whatsoever. So
Yeah.
I mean, it's cool and everything. It's just not my style. It's not something I'm gonna pick up. But
So
with it being Big Buck Hunter, the name alone is going to sell.
right.
People who don't have it, don't know that they can get it. They're
Mhm.
going to get that. It's going to sell. It's going to make Arcade One up some money.
So Phil, what's your prediction? When do you think this thing is going to go on sale or on clearance once it releases and all that?
I mean, they're gonna keep it at $5.99 through the holiday.
Yeah.
Do you think we're looking at spring before they even touch it, huh?
Yeah, I mean, we can't look at NFL Blitz and compare everything to that. Like that was just weird last year.
Yeah.
I don't think we're gonna see any deluxe go for under $50 sale this year. It's gonna be everything with risers. You'll see sales. There's some sales right now, Walmart, Wayfair, and then they'll start dropping them. They'll see who bites. They'll drop them down. Cabinets like Star Wars, like how low will that get this year? $4.99. Like if you want to look at stuff like that, but if it's a deluxe, I don't know, guys. I don't see that yet.
I don't see them going lower than $100 on a special sale like a Black Friday.
Yeah. Well,
I don't think the July prices were the best, so it's hard to rate that. I mean, KI for $150. I think we're gonna see Yoga Flame and Shinku for $2.99 by Christmas. I mean, they're gonna be all over. But X-Men and Golden Axe, they're just gonna hold on to those. It just drives me insane.
Me too.
I think you make a good
But
point.
not anymore.
I really think you make a good point. I think if we're heading this direction and we're getting rid of risers, just everything that's old stock needs to go away. And hopefully that they're smart enough and the retailers are smart enough to know that they need to clearance this product out and get it gone and let's move forward. So, but I hate it because a lot of us want some odds and ends and we're not getting the sales that we probably could could be getting now to blow them out. You know.
Right.
I think that is some of the problem you were seeing with some of that pricing of the NBA Jam and stuff. I don't know who it was. I think it was 19K Fox that kind of was pointing it out and everything when it first rolled out. But they were almost pricing their old stock out of market with their new stuff. That was one of the why I think he was right on. That was why we saw so much fluctuation in the price there on that first day, because people started throwing up flags of, hey,
Yeah.
wait a second, you still are asking people to pay $750 for this 3-year-old X-Men cab and stuff,
Yep.
and it's on
Yeah.
a riser and stuff like that. But now you're rolling out these deluxes and stuff, and
Yeah.
you want to say that they're $500? Like, well, we can't even sail off these X-Men for $500. So what gives?
And the unfortunate thing is they went back up. I was looking at Walmart earlier, and they went back to I think $6.99. They're still $100.
$6.49 on Walmart right now. Like, what a slap in the face! Like, it still says sale. Like, okay,
Yeah.
you went from $4.99 to $6.49. You're still calling it you're still
Yeah.
calling it a sale.
And scratching my head, should I pull the trigger? Should I have wait? Do I still need to wait? And it's like, I really want X-Men, but at the same time, it's like I just can't seem to catch a break whenever I really want one of these tabs. They just
What's
never
the
perfect.
price have to be for you to get it?
It has to be like, it has to start with a 3. Like,
I think Matt. I agree with Matt. If it had a 3 in it, I think I would feel better about it.
$3.99 would that
yeah,
be?
that would do. Yeah, $3.99, but it
Well,
has to
that
have
cabinet
a 3.
is worth $3.99. It is.
Yeah.
And I don't really want the stool. I just want the cab, and I know it's going to come with the stool, but
I know, but Cyclops on that stool is
yeah,
It is pretty.
it's
Yeah,
not
it's the only
fucking
stool that I have.
yeah.
But those aren't selling points for me though.
$3.99. They had the 24-hour sale for $3.99. 2 months ago? It still didn't sell out. That's not going to get everyone to buy. I think $3.49 is very reasonable. That's what
that might be
That's
the
a sweet
sweet spot.
spot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you got to give people a little bit longer than 24 hours too to
Agreed.
get there.
Yes, sir.
You got to move some things around overseas and stuff. Give them some time to shuffle some stuff around to make a
Or
sale.
have a civilized discussion with your spouse before you pull
Exactly.
the trigger on. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so you're not begging for forgiveness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, a 24-hour sale, that's
That's
a
nothing.
little silly.
That's for people with throwaway money.
Ha! Yeah, I guess that's a good point. A lot of us are hardworking people that are in this hobby.
And
Yeah.
that just happens to hear about it and has their ear to the ground at the right time, because some of those, not everybody's paying attention to this every day like we are, waiting for that big sale to go up. So, there might be some casual people that wanted X-Men, but not at $750, but they would have easily, bought it that day if they knew that it was, $3.99 or something,
Right.
but missed it.
Right.
they always come at the worst time too. Like just like the worst time of the month that they're going to do this
Yeah.
1 day sale.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's either between pay periods or whatever the case may be. It's just never right.
If you're okay for selling it for $3.99, July 15th, then why don't you just leave it $3.99 for on?
Blow out your stock.
Because
Blow
they're
out
not.
the
Yeah, they're not selling at $750 or $650, right? Like,
They're just
why
collecting
put it
dust.
back up, man.
I mean, pull a Jong. I forgot to turn it off.
I would love to see somebody that ordered the X-Men when it went to $4.99, and the pile of dust that may be sitting on that box when it gets done. Even through transit, I'm sure
The box is just beat to hell and
beat and
back.
covered with an inch of dust because it's sitting in some warehouse just collecting dust.
Yeah.
Oh, it's been sitting there for 3 years.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
Yeah.
we're going back to November 2021.
That is
I
crazy.
mean, think about
It's crazy.
And I bought it for less than brand new than you could buy it now.
Uh-huh.
How does that work?
You just never know when to bite.
Right.
Sometimes,
sometimes
it's
you
good.
get deals, sometimes you pay full price.
Yeah.
If you really want it, then you could justify paying full price.
You'll
I
find a way to get it.
Yeah, I will.
I feel comfortable in saying, though, the people that really wanted it, that are willing to pay that they already have it.
Right.
That's it.
That- that's safe.
There's
That's
probably
safe.
not anybody that's going to come rolling along now and be like, you know what, I really been just I miss from my childhood.
Yep.
X-Men.
Yeah. I mean, X-Men was
X-Men.
that
They
was
have
a
an X-Men
right?
cap
day
for
one buy
$7.50?
for me.
I'll
know?
buy it.
Except for
I'll
me.
buy-
Yeah, okay.
I knew I was getting when they release it, if and when they ever release it. I knew I was buying it day one. You know, no matter what. I think Phil, didn't you buy it the day it came out too?
Not day one, but that was my first cabinet. That was the
Okay.
first arcade one if I ever
sweet.
bought.
That broke a cherry.
Yeah, but yeah, if you again, if it's one of the ones that you
There
always
go.
wanted, then
There you go.
And you want to know the secret is Golden Tee 3D was my second. How
Yeah.
bad was that?
Ooh.
Turtles in Time was my third. And then it just gets it just
Went-
gets
a blur.
after that
Just
guy.
blew up.
Well,
Are
guys-
they still selling all of those for over $700 right now?
Oh yeah, Walmart went from $7.99 on Golden Tee to $6.99, and they're calling that a sale too.
Wow. Crazy.
And I guess while we're on that topic, Phil was telling us Turtles is on sale too.
$5.49.
right?
$5.49.
I guess it's the time to
And
get
the
it.
thing is, Turtles were sold out everywhere except for like Kohl's, and now Best Buy has them again. And Best Buy did that in-store sale for $3.15.
$3.15.
These things happen, and that's why I keep saying Shack Jam is going to be $3.15 because we saw Golden Tee $3.15, Terminator 2 is $3.15. Ralphie just picked that up.
Yeah.
You see these incentives for going to the store. You just don't see that showing up online.
Well, guys, one other thing I want to talk about with Arcade 1-Up is this. I'm going to share my screen here. The famous picture, the picture that just completely shocked us all.
Something a little off about that, huh?
Yeah, very, very off about that. So I want to go around the horn here. Mike, I'm going to start with you, buddy.
Is that the
Okay.
new deluxe, that red one? Is that a new
Yeah, I mean,
Deluxe?
boy, that's
So-
a pretty interesting design, huh?
I like that.
Yeah.
That's something we haven't gotten from them before.
Yeah. What do you think about this, Mike? What just like
I
screams
mean-
out at you and say, "My God"?
When I first saw it, it almost seemed too crazy to not be intentional. Like, there's no way somebody could screw up like that, right? Like,
Yeah.
there's no way. Unless it's like some kid who just got hired, it was his very first day, and just saw arcade machines and said, okay. Not like, hey, pal, that red one's not ours, Like,
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's a beautiful picture. It's
oh, sure. I mean, the
Beautiful.
carpet, that's a nice game room,
it's beautiful, but you
I
could
mean, that's like a Coke can sitting on a table in a Pepsi commercial. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
exactly.
So unless something's up here, which we don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was bizarre. Very, very bizarre.
Are they telling us that Arcade 1-Up bought iArcade? Is that
Oh,
what the
boy.
secret message is?
So has this been taken down yet, or is this still? This is still up. I mean, you're pulling this up live right now.
This is somebody that shared it on the Arcade 1-Up global fan page. So I don't know if it is still up or not.
I
do
don't think it's
follow it.
that controversial that it needs to be.
Yeah, I don't think so either. But
But I would think
It is
somebody
funny.
at Arcade 1-Up, when they came to their senses, would say, "Hey, get that thing out of there! Like, what are you doing?"
Yeah. Matt, what's your take on this, buddy? There's a
I
lot
have no-
to unpack here, but at the same
Yeah,
time,
no, it's fine. Well, there's two things about this picture. First, I have no skin in the game with the MVSX. I'm not really a big certain fighters. The only fighter I really love, I already have.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
so the rest of the fighters, like all of that, MVSX stuff. I'm not a fighter guy. I'm a beat 'em up guy or a sports guy.
Yeah.
And so the other thing is, I had those mags when I was a kid, and they're stupid heavy. Like you can't bunny hop or do jack with them. So that was it was horrible. So that was my first thing. I just saw those mags. They're stupid heavy. Anyway.
Oh, All right, Phil, what's your take on this, buddy?
I just reading these comments. Brooklyn Paperboy.
Papermore confirmed. Yeah.
No, yeah, there was people talking about that. They're like,
Uh-huh.
are they secretly telling us that they're coming out with Paperboy?
Yeah, people will read between the lines for any. Look at the stars on the carpet. It's Star Wars trilogy's confirmed. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's 3 stars on the carpet. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think the MVSX really fits in with your arcade one-ups. Like if you're looking at like arcade replicas, like it's take an iArcade. It doesn't like fit in as well as an MVSX would, and maybe that's what they're going for here. I just unless they got POW, that'd be a cool cabinet. What if arcade one up? Made a prisoners of war cabinet. That'd be fun.
Yeah. It would be nice. All right, Chaotic. What do you think, man?
I mean, the MVSX is obviously the elephant in the room, right?
Yeah.
But there is no hashtag MVSX or hashtag Neo Geo. That marquee is all metal slug, and Sabos is the only one that's made that marquee.
Yep.
Everything else is the same. The only thing I don't understand is like, all right, so it's standing next to the Star Wars cab, right?
Yeah.
And it's slightly shorter, right?
Yeah.
If you take that MVSX off of its riser,
Yeah.
like the one that me and Phil have, it's going to be shorter than that Star Wars cab by a lot.
It's going to be those original legacies, right?
Right. It's going to be super short. So this is either photoshopped in some kind of way.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm really confused about it. I don't know what you're going for.
I mean, if you look at the line, where the cabinets are, it looks off. The bike looks off. I mean, it's a beautiful picture, at first glance, but if you really dig into it, you're like, some of these things don't match up. The carpet doesn't look like, this is actually a really good photo. It's hard to say. And I'm not a conspiracy guy. I'm not saying that this is, I follow the 80s Garage, I think is the content creator on this. And this is the kind of stuff that he posts. And he posts like usually far back pictures, but this just seems kind of off to me. It really does.
I mean, if Pee Wee Herman's looking for his bike, here it is. Garage, this guy has it. Not what's his name? Francis don't have it no more.
Yeah.
Yeah. Technically, Pee Wee's bike was a beach cruiser, not a.
Yeah, right. That's a different kind of bike.
Exactly.
There you go. All right, Joe, what do you think, man? What's your take on this?
I got.
Do you say Joel or Phil?
Joel.
Okay.
With a ja.
So, do you want to make a riser for the NVSX?
Sure, I'll make a riser for anything.
How much? What's your range on risers, Joel? What are you charging?
I don't even have a price. It's about $100 is what I've been charging.
Does that
people.
include shipping?
Include shipping, yeah.
So everyone in the chat, if you want a riser, reach out to Joel. $100, he'll make it.
Yep. Anything you want, customized to the T.
Any color you want, as long as it's black.
So, I mean, I think that they chose a couple of good games, to feature, but why? Why did they do this?
We might be putting more thought into it. And
did they put any sort of caption or anything with this at all?
People sharing, like a lot of people are saying, they often share people's game room picks, and
the only thing that
I think it would be in poor taste if they were to take it down if they realized, like, oh, there's one of our competitors' cabs in it or something.
Yeah.
At this point, just leave it up. I don't.
It's just like it's not even like it's off to the side or something. You're like halfway on the screen, like Miss Pac-Man and T2. I mean, it's just right there in the middle. Like,
yeah.
But it would be a whole nother story too if it was just one of their cabs with 3 competitors in the picture.
Yeah.
I mean, this is 3 of their cabs with somebody else's. Clearly, they got the market cornered. At least for the majority.
T2's monitor is higher than Star Wars too, by the way.
Yeah.
It's the highest monitor out of any arcade one up.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, I thought, great picture, great promotion, I guess, to further the brand. It's just, as someone that's in the community and follows, it's just odd. It's just an odd thing for them to kind of do. So, any other final thoughts on this? I mean, I love how the Miss Pac-Man. That should have been how the Miss Pac-Man came out. Obviously, that's a mod there.
Yeah, with the Bally Williams. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are those molded coin doors that they put on the MVSX?
It's molded, but there is no function whatsoever.
Yeah. I just thought that was interesting, and how we can, have these kind of promotions like that, and they're always putting something in the background and making the community go crazy about it. It's
Did they
the best.
intentionally do this stuff?
Yeah, did they? Was it all intentional, or was this just us overthinking a lot of things like we sometimes do with their products?
I think it's the latter. Yeah.
You think it's the latter for sure? Yeah.
I'm still
Yeah.
waiting for them to
It's
release Batman Cab because they had the Coleman cooler in the foreground of the Time Crisis leaked picture. So clearly they were
confirmed.
saying there was going to be a Mr. Freeze, Batman.
Oh, you're still waiting, Joel, and I think you'll be waiting for a little bit longer.
Yes.
Had nothing to do with Time Crisis. They were secretly telling us that we're going to get a Batman Cab.
I think you're right. Well,
They were
last
just-
topic. Go ahead.
They were hoping the Flash movie was going to do a lot better.
Yeah, they were hoping it would. The last topic of the night, guys. Mike, you did a fantastic video on the Ghostbusters 2, right? The new Ghostbusters 2.
Yeah, the new Ghostbusters 2, not Ghostbusters 2. This is for the NES. This is the European release that we never got in the United States. So this is a very complicated subject, but these are the Ghostbusters games that we got. Activision, they had the rights to Ghostbusters in the United States, so they have the 2 for the Nintendo, the original, and the second one.
Yeah.
This game is a clone that they was ported to multiple systems, and none of them were ever really perceived very well. They never, nobody really liked them. Even back then, like some people, and I know I was a little bit harsh on in my video about those games, but the original Ghostbusters, it's okay until you get to the very end. It's just they're not that fun to play. But the game that I had found out was this one here. It's called the new Ghostbusters 2. It's HAL Laboratories they've made the Kirby series, the Adventure of Lolo for the NES. Apparently the licensing to Activision only was within the United States. So outside of the country, the licensing was up for grabs. HAL did it. They released the game. It's a fantastic game. Maybe I'm overblowing it a little bit. Look, Joel has his. You got a glow in the dark one, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, did you recently order that, Joel, or did you had that for a while?
No, mine's a reproduction.
Well, yeah.
So yeah, but I've had it. I've had it for a little while now, under a year. But
Yeah, I think I've had mine for maybe a couple years, and I don't know who it was. I think it might have been Pat, the NES punk, who I saw play it. And I'm like, where did he get this game? And yeah, they do make copies of it that they've put on that you're able to play on the NES, because you can't the NES and the European NES, I don't know if it's a chipset or whatever that's different in them, but they won't play on each other's systems. But and to complicate things even further, and I did touch this in my video too. They made a Game Boy game of Ghostbusters 2, which is difficult to see because the label is all trashed up. It's the same exact label. It's Activision, but the Game Boy version is not this game. It's this one.
No way.
Yes.
Huh.
I spent the last couple of days trying to figure out how they managed to pull that off and put Activision's name on it. It doesn't have HAL's name on it anywhere. Somehow they were able to port the game we couldn't get for the Nintendo over to the Game Boy, slap Activision's own label on it, and call it a day. So, yeah, both of these games are really good. Even the Game Boy game, me and Hot Rangus played it over the weekend because I wanted to try it. I'm like, you know what, let's try the Game Boy version. And for a Game Boy game, it's actually really good. And I know Game Boy games are tough to play, tough to see. But
So did you play that on the original on the handheld, or did you?
no, we used an emulator. Even though I do have an original Game Boy and everything, but
Right.
Well, have
right.
you tested that cart then that you have? Because maybe it was just a mistakenly labeled ROM.
no, I've tested the cart.
Okay.
Yep, and it's the only Ghostbusters. Well, the movie-based Ghostbusters. There was a real Ghostbusters game. The Ghostbusters franchise in the early video game era was just
Weird.
really weird. Like that real Ghostbusters game, it's a clone of another game that's been cloned 100 times. Even the arcade game by Data East is a clone of another game. That's not a real Ghostbusters game. I don't know if anybody was aware of that. But, and I owe this to Carl O, if he's still here, because he asked me this question earlier, and I had to write it down. The original game it's Japanese. It's called Maiku Hunter G. It was a game that was released in Japan, and somehow they ported it over to the United States and changed some things around and slapped the Ghostbusters name on it. And so that's the real Ghostbusters arcade game was not originally a Ghostbusters game.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, Mike, how much does this game normally run?
The new Ghostbusters 2?
Yeah.
You could probably, I would say, I think I paid maybe like $40 for it.
I'm going to share my screen. I just pulled up, the normal, just, what do you have here? And it looks like they've got some Famicons, but they're pretty high or whatnot.
I'm going to say that
Scroll up.
Famicom version is
See
probably,
that
there's
one
that's
there
it right
is
there. What are they
the
asking
hell.
for that? $55.
55. So
So you can see the original Ghostbusters 2 over to the left, $20.
Yes, $20. Yeah.
Yeah, those are pretty cheap to come by.
And how long ago did you pick that one up, Mike?
I think I've had a couple years. Wow, I can't believe the original Ghostbusters they're charging $50 for. That's
yeah. Yeah.
So
What's
funny.
the best Ghostbuster game? Is this the best one out of all of them?
out of the cartridge-based games, I would say. There's a really good
Even better than Genesis?
game. That's the one I was going to get at. It's right up there with that one.
Okay, I was like, I love that one.
Yeah, that one's a good one. No, I think the greatest Ghostbusters game of all time is the 2009 Ghostbusters video game from Atari. They brought all the original voice actors back.
I remember getting Ghostbusters 2, the Activision one, for my birthday. It was like my 4th birthday. 4th or 5th. I remember I was so excited when I saw it because I love Ghostbusters.
Sure, I mean it looks great. It's Ghostbusters, right?
I put that thing in, I cried and handed it back to my mom.
Yeah, it's pretty rough. I mean, there's a stage where you drive the Ecto-1 and you have to make it jump over pits, and
and then you had
you fight the Statue of Liberty or something, and
Moon
you
Patrol?
use the Statue of Liberty.
or you use the Statue of Liberty.
But you have to you're in the ocean with or the bay with the
That's right.
Statue of Liberty. You have to jump over stuff with it too.
It's
Also
just
avoid
awesome.
lightning strikes and the ghost dropping stuff on top of you. And then the final level, you have to get through the final level with all 4 Ghostbusters, or it's game over.
Yep. Well, that's like the original Ghostbusters. You have to climb up 32 flights of stairs.
Except for that last level, you got to play that same last level 4 times.
Oh, yeah, that's crazy. No, so, yeah, if you want to walk around and shoot your proton pack and capture ghosts and send your ghost trap out, there, that right here. Like, how hard is that?
I need to check that one out.
Yeah, I mean, and what's even better, you could play as Winston, he was never in any of the games. You could also play as Louis Tully, of all people.
Yeah.
So you have 5 characters to choose from. You pick 2 of them. One's your shooter and one's your trapper.
And they recently did a patch to the Genesis version, and I think
Yes.
changed Bill Murray's character to Winston.
Yep, you could play as Winston. Yep.
Huh.
which is long overdue because he's one of the ones. Yeah, and he's one of the ones that's carrying the franchise now.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think Bill Murray has much interest in it. I did hear he is coming back for the new movie, but
he's doing it for Harold Ramis.
yeah, I think so because he's the
were
reason why they never did a 3 back in the 90s when they wanted to.
Yep.
Yeah. So I want to ask you a question, Mike. Did you get a chance to check out the Sega Master System version? Did you look it up or anything?
No, I know what you're talking about. It's the same as the NES version, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, I wanted to.
But I think it's slightly better though.
I'm gonna share my screen because I do have the Sega Master System. Let's see here, I've got the volume turned down.
Oh yeah, that looks 100 times better than the NES. But it's the same game. You buy your equipment. You go around the town.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's so much better. It just looks so terrible on the NES.
Yeah.
If
But
Dan was here, he would say, "Can you say that louder?" Right?
Yeah, I know. I'm admitting a Sega game is better than Nintendo.
Yeah. I had this game as a kid with my Sega Master System, and still have it. Haven't played it in a while, but
Yeah, this looks so much better. The Slimers actually look.
They're actually Slimers.
yeah.
Can you look up the NES version of this, just so everybody gets the barf bag ready?
Yeah.
I mean, even the Atari pulled off this game and actually did a decent job for the Atari.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, I can't believe, and that's the Master System, so that's 8-bit.
8. Yep.
If you want to,
Go ahead.
I was going to say, if you want to see anybody crap on this Ghostbusters game more than anybody, watch Angry Video Game.
Oh yeah,
on it. It's hilarious.
I mean, he's a bit dramatic, but
It's
makes
dramatic,
good points, though.
but it's so accurate.
He makes good points.
Yes, he does.
I think that just goes in general. If you want to see anybody crap on a video game,
Literally.
yeah, Google Angry Video Game Nerd - whatever game you're looking for.
Yep. Yes, Hot Rangus is right. He covered like all the Ghostbusters games. I think he did a 3-video series.
So yeah, I mean, your car is just your ghost or
Like, what is this?
yeah, and then in comparison to that,
I mean, it looks like something you should play on a Tiger handheld game.
Uh-huh.
yeah,
Is that the British flag on top of the car?
It looks like it. You're right.
Yeah. So they could have done a lot better with that one.
Yeah, I'm disappointed that that they really didn't do a good job with the NES, and they really haven't given us anything aside from what you were able to find with the
and that
Ghostbusters.
probably came within the last 10 years. Somebody finally made a port of it for the NES.
Yeah, I mean but I remember playing the game. I couldn't get very far in the game.
I mean, just aesthetically, this looks a million times better.
Did you pull up the HAL?
You want to look at the new?
Oh yeah. For those who
show how it works.
haven't seen it.
Yeah.
I'll watch this video after this, but
It's just not just graphically, but the gameplay is just better. Just the whole.
Yeah.
But if you play NES at all, or even if you collect them or collect Ghostbusters things, that's worth the money. And it's one of those things where I would have loved that new Ghostbusters 2 as a kid. But I absolutely loved it because they never, I was an NES guy. It's all we had. All right, there we go.
oh man,
And you run around. You have a proton pack. You zap the ghosts.
It's so good. I mean,
Yes,
Is that
That's
Blue
like
Winston?
Ghostbusters
That's Blue
should be.
Winston, isn't it?
Blue Winston. Yeah,
that's fantastic. It's like Ghostbusters and Zelda had a baby. It's fantastic.
yeah, right.
Yes, exactly.
That.
Yep. One guy runs around traps. The other guy, yeah.
That's pretty cool.
kind of looks like Jurassic Park in a way too.
Mm-hmm. And they use music from the movies, and they use actual locations from the movie.
Oh, I love this.
Yeah, we got gypped.
Yeah.
Unless you played the Game Boy version, apparently.
Yeah, but I didn't
Which
know
everybody
anybody that had
probably
that.
played the NES one first and was like, "This
Mhm.
is
Yeah,
terrible.
I'm not even
I'm
getting the
buying
Game Boy. If it's this
version."
bad on the NES, God, it's only
Yeah.
how bad could it be on the Game Boy?
And that green screen.
No
Mhm.
doubt.
But it's basically this game on the Game Boy, shortened up, a little bit because of the Game Boy. But
Cool.
Well,
yep,
I think I don't know about you guys, but I'm going to try to find this cart because I'm interested in it just to see, because I am, a moderate Ghostbusters fan too, and this sounds like a fun game to play.
I want to find a
think
ROM for it.
I
Yes,
think I
man.
got mine from OCD Reproductions.
Okay.
I didn't get it in the glow in the I recased it in the glow in the dark shell. I requested him to send it to me without the label on it so that I could relabel
Recase
it in the
it, yeah.
shell. But he's got a lot of good stuff. He's got a lot of interesting stuff on there. A lot of good, well done hack games and stuff that he makes himself. I think he writes them right to a board and everything, and cases them and stuff. And
Cool.
Hey, so fun fact, real quick. Anybody remember the name, the game Night Trap?
Night Trap. I'm not familiar with that.
It was-
but
it was
sounds
on-
sounds
it was on
familiar.
Sega CD. It was on Sega CD.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
So it's a girls' slumber party, and it's a full motion video. And,
Really?
and you set traps on the vampires that are trying
I
to
think I know what you're
kill
talking.
the girls, right?
Okay.
So back in the 90s, when Nintendo and Sega were defending themselves against the government for the FTC ruling, all the all this,
Violence.
the ratings, the rating
Yeah.
system, right? I forget the name of the guy for Nintendo, but he said Night that game would never ever be on a Nintendo system ever. Well, it just got released on Nintendo Switch.
No way.
Yes. For $14.99, you can get Night Trap on Nintendo Switch.
Never say no.
Never say never.
Right. Never say never. Somewhere that guy's sitting there going, "No."
he probably doesn't even remember
Probably
or
not.
care.
Or he's probably
Yeah, he's
saying,
75 years old now. Like, what did I
Correct.
say?
Yeah.
Sitting in one of his many houses.
Like he really cares, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt.
But that's it, man. I just wanted a little fun fact there.
That was cool.
Awesome. Well, guys, we've been talking for an hour. Fantastic talk about the arcade 1-up and Ghostbusters. Really appreciate you guys letting me host as always. I really do appreciate it. And any final thoughts? Anything you want to throw out before we call it a night?
No, I'm going on vacation on Friday. Woohoo!
Woohoo.
Where are you going?
Yep,
So
Virginia Beach. So I'm bringing my stuff down with me. So yeah,
okay.
plan on the show next Wednesday.
Okay.
Streaming from the
something-
beach.
Yeah, right. Why not? Right. I'll bring the laptop.
Yeah.
Hey, I did
High
it.
ties at midnight.
The house we're going to has, I think it's 3 stories, and on the very, very top there's like a big deck. Maybe I'll go out there with the beach.
Go out there
Posted right in the background, right?
Yeah. So if you see a pickup truck going on the highway with a bunch of mics and cameras and a turtles cab attached to the back, it's Mike.
It won't be a Turtles cab. It'll be an X-Men cab.
X-Men, yeah, right. Yeah, I'll bring my X-Men cabinet so I can play with you guys on Sunday night.
There you go.
Honey, you can't bring your extra suitcase with all your stuff. I got to pack this X-Men cabinet.
Hey, Ralphie, that's good.
Yeah, Ralphie said he talked to Dan. He's doing well, guys. So glad to hear
Great.
that as
Good,
always.
man. We're always
Glad to hear.
praying for him.
Yeah, every night, every day. Phil, how many more subs you got before you hit 1K, man?
Just over 50 to go.
Fantastic.
We're getting closer.
Fantastic.
Yep, big giveaway.
Yeah.
Yeah, that giveaway is going to be awesome. When do you think you're roughly going to do it? Once you hit your, you going to try to do it pretty quick?
I think we're gonna have to do it. You know,
If you need our help, we'll be more than happy to
we're gonna have to do it And I see Biggie's still in the chat. Biggie D is super close to 1K also.
22.
Go
22
subscribe
to
to
go.
game.
I'm new to this YouTube thing, but I read somewhere you can actually like buy subs. Like there's services
He's
out
kidding,
there
guys.
that you can
All right.
like
Well,
you
that-
can
I
pay
guess
the
I need.
service and they'll subscribe to you.
I guess we need to get an animation that says "We're just kidding. We're just kidding."
Yeah, no.
And with
We're not.
that,
It's real. It's a legit thing you can do.
Okay.
Anybody got any videos coming out this week or anything that you want to share before we call it a night?
I was.
Anybody?
I'm waiting on my gun
Chaotic.
holster. Go ahead. I'm waiting for my gun holsters for my House of Dead cab, and then I can release that video. It'll be done.
It's gonna be a done deal once you get
Yes,
the
sir.
gun holders. Awesome.
And you're using a Wii?
Yes, sir. Yeah, it's got 28 games on a modified Wii.
So you got how many modified Wiis you got?
I got 2 now.
Ooh.
He's gonna have 3 or 4 right before it's all done.
I'm just well. I'll probably like make them for family members and friends. But yeah,
Who else?
Chaotic, you got anything coming out, buddy?
Well, I released a video today. I'm also got a video scheduled for tomorrow.
Awesome.
It's something that y'all have no idea what I'm dealing with, but let's just give you a hint. Customer service sucks.
Uh-oh.
So yeah, I look forward to that tomorrow.
Oh boy.
okay.
All right. Mike, anything coming out this week before you head out of town?
No, I don't think so. No, I'm probably starting to work on some stuff when I get back, though. I got a few things planned.
Have we gotten our Batman promise yet?
No, it's pretty
In the works?
elaborate. Yeah, it's pretty elaborate,
In the
so
works?
it's going to take some time. Yep, I might release a little trailer for it though.
Yeah, Batman at the beach.
Yep.
It's pretty cool. Pretty cool.
See, Thor KC got his first countercade. He got the Galaga 88.
That's a good one to go with for sure. No doubt.
Yeah.
Nice.
Phil, we're going to see a walk and talk, I assume?
We have a wristbands required episode 2 coming out. I think
Awesome.
Saturday morning.
Awesome.
Found some really unique type places and some other nostalgia all in the same town. And then it'll be followed by the walk and talk Monday morning.
Sweet.
Lucky, man.
Fantastic. Well, guys, if you're still watching, if you haven't subbed to any of these guys, make sure you sub. These guys are fantastic. Pleasure just to hang out with these guys. Well, guys, we've talked. It's time to get out of here. So thank you again, and we will see y'all next week.
Good night,
Thanks
guys.
for watching,
Good
everybody.
night, guys.
See you
Yep.
guys.
Out.